1 second, you're enjoying your day off. The next, your phone buzzes. A window's been broken at home. You're miles away. In 1 second, everything can change. That's why ADT's professionally installed security systems monitor your home 24/7. They're backed by the most company-operated monitoring centers in the industry, so you're always supported during an emergency. When every second counts, count on ADT. Visit ADT.com to learn more.
Hi, Ryan Reynolds here for Mint Mobile. Are you looking for a beach read this summer? May I suggest your big wireless bill? It's got suspense, mystery, a slightly flat, emotional arc, and a shocking twist where you realize you've been overpaying the entire time. Fortunately, though, Mint's story is better. Every plan, $15 a month. Even unlimited. That's it. Happy ending. Zero tears. Give it a try at mintmobile.com/save.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3 months, $90 for 6 months, or $180 for 12-month plan required. $15 per month equivalent. Taxes and fees extra. Initial plan term only. Greater than 50 gigabytes may slow when network is busy. See terms.
There's no place to escape to.
This is the last podcast.
On the left. That's when the cannibalism started.
What was that?
I'm just trying to stretch out my mouth.
What I've been doing is a new sort of vocal exercise before I come in and record for the show is that I try to take a whole apple and jam it back as deep as I can into the back of my mouth so I can form, because that's what we used to do in school with, I had a teacher named Mr. Riggers.
Was he a pig?
What? No. He was a big man. He didn't actually have a room in the school. He had this old shack that he said he called it his own school, and he called it Mr. Riggers Academy for the emotionally desperate. And I was like, what? I went over there, and what he would say to me would be like, boy, if you want to speak as clear as humanly possible, I want to take this tennis ball and want you to shove it back in your mouth. I want you to speak around a tennis ball. And so I did that for a while, and then he wanted to move on to some sort of deeper personal classes at night.
Like a ball game?
Yeah, he said to meet him at this hotel, this place called the Chateau de Bebe, outside of Tampa, Florida. And he said to go over there, and he said he was going to teach me advanced classes, but then I started working at the video store. So,
oh, man, so you never got to rotisserie level. That's so sad. Welcome to the show, everyone. I'm Ben Kissel. That's Marcus Parks. With us, as always, there's a fella here.
If you want to speak clear, but I need you to do sweet, young ginger. You got a soft chin. I like it. Let me wiggle your chin.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, if you want to sing like a bird,
I do.
I want you to take this Linka kielbasa. Oh. All right. Now force it way down. Now let it hit the U of you. Yeah. All right. Now get it. Now you're about to choke. Right? Well, I'm going to do is slip it past where you're going to choke. You like it?
I can sing. Yes, I can sing. Thank you so much.
It's beautiful. I knew everyone said he's a pervert, he's a bastard, he's a rapist, but I knew I could make a beautiful singer.
It all works. Clay Aiken has graduated from my school. Taylor Swift.
It's all very
been
shady.
To my school.
It's just him. He sleeps under a shower curtain, and he wears nothing but unitards and shit.
Right.
But he's actually an amazing vocal coach. It just everything sounds like he's about to rape you.
We're not here to discuss musical theater. We're here to discuss something far less disgusting. We're talking axe murders.
Woo! God damn!
Love it.
Oh, I just want to shotgun a beer, and I want to stick my balls in a hot tub.
Do it, dude.
Yes, the official last podcast on the left, fan, Iron Maiden.
Love the Maiden.
Just like how I see it. It's just me on the back of a tour bus with a girl with a mesh shirt on.
That's right. Your wind's blowing.
Rips and ball. Yep. Oh, yeah. I put a wig on so wind can blow through my hair.
You have an assistant with a fan in front of you.
Absolutely. Ripping bongs.
Yep.
That's going to be my 30s.
And the Iron Maiden is one hell of a way to die, but not nearly as brutal as getting cut up a bunch of times with an axe.
Oh, yeah. And again, in this series.
Whoa.
The thing is, again, axe murders. We're covering this week. Why are we covering it? Because fuck you. We're covering it.
Yeah, because axe murders are very exciting, and they are surprisingly prominent in the world of death.
Absolutely. Well, it's also, so we a lot of times what you saw in the last episode is a lot of older cases in the 1880s, 1830s. It was a time when the axe was, if you didn't have a knife, you got an axe.
There was two ways to die.
Have a spoon. You got an axe.
That's it.
Yeah.
There was 2 ways to die in the 1800s. You either got burnt at the stake or you got hit in the head with an axe.
Most blind people back in the day, instead of having a cane, used an axe.
Why
Because
would they know the difference?
Because the big thing is that you don't want to show anybody you're vulnerable. So you'd have those little tight, like super round, super dark glasses, like what's his name, Keanu Reeves had in Bram Stoker's Dracula. Remember those? Or Gary Oldman also had them. They had the same. And then that made you blind. That said, it told everyone you were blind. But what you do then to not be vulnerable is that instead of having a cane, it's that you have an axe. And then you also swinging around and stuff and being like, I can smell your fucking blood.
That's right. And those, when you lose one sense, you gain another one. So that's why their nozzles were so good.
It's not true, but
It is true.
in the world of Daredevil, it's true.
No, that is.
But if you ask,
Blind people can hear your heartbeat as you sit. I swear to God, I watched it on ESPN.
That is true. That is true. They do have heightened senses.
They do.
That must be fucking annoying.
Well, yeah, it's a world of hell, but nonetheless.
Yeah, I'm sure people are probably asking, like, okay, Lizzie Borden. Why aren't we covering Lizzie Borden? You know why? Because it's fucking boring.
It's a boring story, and it's actually not even necessarily true, correct?
Well, I mean,
Quick recap. Who's Lizzie Borden?
Lizzie Borden. I mean, everybody knows the whole, like, Lizzie Borden gave her father 40 whacks, blah, 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 all that. It's a great rhyme. That's the only reason why the Lizzie Borden case persisted throughout history is because it's a great rhyme. She didn't kill anybody. She didn't kill her mother. She didn't kill her father. The most interesting thing about it is that that one of the theories is that she killed her parents because her mom caught her in a lesbian tryst with the maid.
The one thing we learned from Johnny Cochran during the O.J. Simpson trial, if you can make a rhyme, they did not commit the crime. So, no, Lizzie Borden's innocent.
And it's also weird that people also sometimes call a vagina an axe wound. So it would be kind of interesting that you could say that she actually punished them, giving them axe wounds all over their body just because of how much she liked vagina.
Right. So God was the first axe murderer.
God was the first axe murderer.
But then they lived, and they're like, I guess you'll be a woman now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but then he made a vagina, and he's like, that is beautiful, that is powerful, it makes you a deep person, and I love to look at it.
All right. Creepy God. Creepy God. All right, let's get into some other creepy stuff, Marcus.
Let's start with Frank Fernando Jones. It was June 9th, 1912, Children's Day at the Presbyterian Church in Villasca, Iowa. Frank Jones was a 57-year-old merchant who had obtained a John Deere franchise in Villasca, Iowa, a small farming community. The franchise was a cornerstone of a hardware emporium known as the Jones Store.
Okay.
And so by 1898, it was so profitable that Jones had enough money to build the biggest house in town. He was also wealthy enough to found, along with a few friends, the Villasca National Bank, and all of this wealth enabled him to make a Senate run in 1912.
Well, it sounds like a senator is about to get murdered hardcore by an axe.
Interesting.
An axe?
Oh, yeah, that sounds about right, Mr. Zabrowski. I think a senator is about to get an axe wound.
But the road to success was not without its share of heartbreak, for Frank had an employee, a man named Josiah Moore, who, after years of loyal service, demanded that he needed to be paid just a little bit more.
Yeah, give the guy some money.
Frank refused, Moore quit, borrowed some money, and opened another hardware store across the street.
And that is just fucking straight up asking to be murdered with an axe.
Oh, yes it is, Mr. Zabrowski. This reminds me, there's a feud in the Midwest between the Fleet farms. There's a Blaines Fleet farm and a Mill. No, there's a Mills Fleet farm and a Blaines farm and Fleet. Two brothers got into a feud, very similar.
And so those
situation.
brothers' combined weight is 2,000 pounds?
Yes, they can't go on the elevator together.
Yeah, and you know what? Josiah Moore also wrestled the John Deere franchise away from Fernando Jones.
Wow. Now, he had to work with the
intense.
Caterpillar Company, and they were inferior until the mid-1990s.
Mm-hmm.
So do you all get a tractor history pamphlet when you grow up in Wisconsin?
Yes.
Do you want to know more about? Would you like to know about case tractors?
No, I do. I cannot allow this to be on the podcast.
We rarely change topic midstream, but it's Tractor Week. Last podcast on the left. Rev it up.
We got big old tractors. And sometimes tractors got a nice seat on it when you sit on it for a while.
Yeah, that's my favorite one.
I named my tractor Sally after my mother. She died by getting hit by a tractor. That's a damn shame. It's wheat is growing. The tractors harvests the wheat.
God, that brought me right back to a Wisconsin bar. I felt like I was sitting at a stool, and I'm totally engaged in that conversation.
Making it even worse, besides just opening up the hardware store, besides just wrestling the John Deere franchise away from him, Moore also had an affair with Frank Jones's oldest son's wife.
This guy has it coming. This guy has it coming for sure.
He's definitely not cocky. All right, he walked into the office. He's like, I want to raise. And he said no. And he was like, and then he basically made a little Sam Walton. And he's just like, I'm going to make my own fucking franchise, make my own company. I'm going to fuck your son's wife. Boom. Boom. Slam, 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 slam. That guy was rock hard all the time.
Yes,
that was a real American.
I honestly have nothing but respect for the man up to this point.
So on June 9th, 1912, on Children's Day, it was understandable that Moore, who had his wife, 4 children, and 2 of the children's friends in tow, steered clear of Frank Jones.
Oh, yeah, of course. And it's Children's Day, which... it just sounds like Christmas for molesters.
It is disgusting. It is not. Yeah, that's
don't call a thing Children's Day.
I looked into Children's Day just a little bit, and it's one of those trap days where they decide that, okay, this is the day that children need to be really drilled with the knowledge of Jesus Christ
right.
all day long. They have celebrations, and the main event at that Children's Day was a traveling preacher named Reverend Lynn George Jacqueline Kelly.
I don't like him. Children's Day is very creepy, and it's manipulative. It's like when my parents told me I had to go to a fat camp as a kid. I was like, it'll be full of truffles and candy. But no, they want you to work out and not be fat.
No, it wasn't called a fat fantasy camp.
Yeah, that's the problem.
So Reverend Lynn George Jacqueline Kelly was 34, married, an immigrant from England. It was said that he spoke so rapidly during his fire and brimstone sermons that anyone close to him was likely to be covered in saliva.
Hi, you liberals believe in Jesus Christ. Peril fire. Yeah, everybody. Put money in the till. Everybody. Oh, God, the Holy Ghost. Oh, my shoes fell off.
Honey, I think we just bought a yacht in there. I'm fairly certain that was an auction.
But his shoes, he talked so fast, his shoes became untied and fell off of his feet.
Isn't that bizarre?
He was short, 5'2", and a skinny little fella, about 119 pounds. He was known in the Midwest as the Little Minister.
For some reason, I just see Marcus. I just see Marcus as like great-great-grandfather, like doing a wiry little man just reeking with sweat, smoking cigarettes and screaming about Jesus Christ.
Oh, when you come on down to Jesus Christ's house, you know what's going to be there. You know what's going to be in the road. The good devil's going to be in the road. When the devil's in the road, you're going to have to walk over him. You're going to have to look down at the fork in the road. You're going to have to pull up that fork in the road. You're going to have to stab the devil in the throat.
I tell you, Loretta, I don't understand a single word that the tiny preacher has said, but I appreciate his energy.
They used to sell Jesus like they sell old Oldsmobiles in the 1980s, like a used car salesman just screaming at you, and you're like, I guess I better buy it.
Oh, no, it's fire and brimstone, so he's just screaming about hell and the devil for an hour and a half.
I grew up with the fire and brimstone preachers, and those were the most fun to watch because it was all nonsense, but people fucking took that seriously.
Absolutely, and it's the most metal of all the religions.
Oh, my God. It's something like, if you hear a fire and brimstone sermon, you're going to be hearing this.
You better believe the devil's going to come for you the nighttime.
I do.
So, the Little Minister had been invited as a guest of the Reverend Mr. Ewing and would stay overnight at the Ewing household. But Josiah Moore, excited to meet the Little Minister, proudly introduced his wife, his 4 children, and the 2 little girls that were also in tow. Soon after, the group headed home, never to be seen alive again. The next morning, and really, this case, I'm surprised that this isn't extremely well. This is some in cold blood shit right here. Like, this is a case that I cannot believe is more publicized that a lot more people don't know about.
Well, that's why we bring it to light. That's what we do here.
Doing.
Yeah, that's what we do.
Podcast.
So the next morning, a neighbor noticed and found it odd that none of the children were playing in the front yard. When a knock produced no answer, she called on a relative to check on the family. Inside the house, they found scattered across 4 bedrooms the bodies of Joe and Sarah Moore, their 4 children, and the 2 friends, all murdered in the night with Josiah's own axe.
You messed with the wrong former John Deere dealer, buddy.
Never own an axe.
Yeah, if there's one thing that we are definitely going to find out in this second part, don't own an axe. Do not keep an axe in the house.
Right.
It will be used to kill you.
Guaranteed.
I'm just going to buy one just so I know how I'm going to go.
That's right.
To get rid of those surprises.
Well, most of them appeared to be hacked to death while they slept. It appeared that one of the young friends, Lena Stillinger, half undressed, had either been awakened by the slayings or had been moved by the killer after the murder. So
now this is definitely... So basically they found that they don't put it in as probably gory a detail as we normally would say.
Right.
But she was probably... the body was molested.
The body was definitely molested.
Yeah.
It was molested. So they now know that this crime had definitely a sexual motive.
Well, that's what they went for. That's what they went for first. They went for the sexual motive, the sexual motive definitely being established with the killer murdering the other 7 people in the house to take away the possibility of the molestation being discovered. A different theory was put forth, however. That one was that the sexual one was put on the back burner. The target for the attack had been Joe Moore. That was the main theory they were working with, and the others were merely collateral damage. But there were no clues and no solid leads that the local police department could find. So the Moore family brought in the Burns Detective Agency.
Yeah, because these cops are about to call natural causes on this thing. They just walked in. They're like, there is not a clue around. There's not a bunch of blood splatter or a whole history of violence between him and this other guy.
I gotta say this. Well, obviously the father was learning to juggle.
Right.
What he did was that, and when you get sick of the bowling pins or when you get sick of the oranges, the next thing you want to do is you add a level of violence in order to increase your showmanship. What I can see here is this is a flurry of accidental juggling going awry.
It's just such an honor to be your deputy sheriff, and I hope one day to be such a good sheriff as you.
Bet you $5 is suicide.
Shut up, Toeless Jimmy! You're not on this case.
But the Burns Detective Agency, they brought in their best man, James Newton Wilkerson, to get on the trail.
The Burns Detective Agency is really interesting.
Yeah.
This was during a time period when there was the Burns Detective Agency was this like privatized police force that was sort of like a panel.
Hasidics.
Yeah, and it was like there was a bunch of people like that would buy into it, and there was franchises everywhere, and it's a really cool topic for a movie.
Yeah.
I really want to it's not actually appropriate for us because it's more like criminal justice history, but it's very interesting.
Yeah, we could look into that and the Pinkertons as well.
Psychopaths were a part of it. It was just people that didn't live in normal society, and so it's like, and they couldn't be cops for some various reason.
Right.
Oh God! And if you couldn't hide your tracks well enough in 1912 to be a cop, then you fucked up real bad.
Yeah.
So Wilkerson, of course, he was the first one to make the connection between Moore and his former employer, Frank Jones, who is now, by the way, a state senator. He looked into the lives of Jones and Jones's son, Albert, famously cuckolded by the victim Moore. Wilkerson found the name of a man whose wife, daughter, and in-laws had been killed with an axe in 1911.
Holy Lord.
The name of the man, William Blackie Mansfield.
Now, was he Irish?
I don't know.
I think was his. I wonder what his deal was. Huh?
Blackie Mansfield.
Blackie Mansfield. I still can't get the idea out of my head of just every single detective scene. Somebody pops in, $55, it's a suicide. I just like that idea.
So Wilkerson theorized that Mansfield had been hired to murder Moore, but had, quote, went crazy in the process. Mansfield was taken to Iowa, where he faced a grand jury, but they failed to indict him. Mansfield actually filed a suit against the Burns Agency for false arrest and won. Jones tried the same, alleging slander, but lost because a lot of the residents in the town believed that Jones actually did have a hand in the murders, despite the lack of evidence. So he was tried in the court of public opinion and lost.
And how old is Jones at this time? Because this is a real physical feat on par with Ted Bundy going into the sorority house at FSU when he got the 4 chicks nearly dead,
well,
2 dead with the log.
He did it.
He's about 58, 59.
He did not do the murders. He did not do the murders.
No.
See, someone went in there and did the murders for him.
Sure. But 7 people with an axe, and most of them not woken up except for the final
8 people with an axe.
8 people with an axe in one sitting. That's a lot. That's a very difficult thing to do.
Absolutely, especially because you have to be like Gimli with that axe to be killing like 8 people in a row.
Did Gimli do it?
Gimli did it.
Where was Gimli? He was in Middle Earth. He was in Middle Earth.
Oh, he was trapped in a land of J.R.R. Tolkien's imagination. Whatever.
Still a fictional character,
How
turns out.
convenient for him.
Yeah, typical.
Well, not surprisingly, Jones lost his bid for re-election in 1916.
Just because he's a murderer?
Well, I mean, the murder rumor was circulated pretty widely, but Wilkerson, he actually thought, it's like, okay, I don't think Jones did it. Let's look around a little bit more. He focused his attention back on the sexual angle, and his search turned up some very interesting information about one Reverend George Jacqueline Kelly, the little minister who had preached in Villasca on Children's Day mere hours before the murder.
That really surprises me because ministers have such a... They're honest and they're respectable, and especially the one who chose to be the headliner on Children's Day.
Yep.
How could you possibly believe that he would molest these kids?
Ministers that are around children have a robust history of honesty and overall purity.
It's not like they look around all these kids and think about them like their fucking sets are like little plump little, cherry tomatoes, and all they want to do is play with them and then maybe strangle them so they can play with them until they're fucking just a pile of bones. Yeah. Most ministers don't think that.
No, they don't want to play salad bar with the children's body and just
they don't
slowly
want to play pet the pickle with all these kids. Never in 1,000 years.
I know it. They're great. So we should just stop now.
I can't believe he's innocent.
He's innocent.
It was discovered that Kelly had been convicted of sending obscene letters to young girls in which he asked them to type for him in the nude.
That's the most perverted thing I've heard of.
Yes.
I think it's even more perverted because it seems more innocent than other, but it's very gross. It's also the click-clack of a typewriter and him just staring at him being like, hey, honest, Chris, you're going to type faster. Oh, I love it, Jesus Christ. Come over here instead of my lapping, sweet little girl. I'm sucking your feet.
I want you to type like the devil's on your heels. I want you to type like the devil is all up in your butt, and that butt is on fire. Type.
Butts on fire. Yikes.
This podcast is brought to you by Squarespace. Squarespace is an all-in-one website platform that helps you stand out online. Yes, that's right. You don't have to smash your face with a hammer. You can just start a business. It's got everything you need on Squarespace, from securing your domain to building a professional site and showcasing your work all in one place. Let's say you want to show everybody how you can carve your ribs out of your lower abdomen so that you look more like a Ken doll. That's amazing. You can bring your vision to life with AI-powered design or curated templates, plus flexible editing tools that helps you create something that truly reflects your style, especially if you are somebody that is trying to corrupt the young men of America. That's what Squarespace is really going to help you. Squarespace makes it easy. It makes it easy for you to put all that together, and you just go to Squarespace and do it all. Thanks, Braden. Head to squarespace.com/left for a free trial. And when you're ready to launch, use offer code LEFT to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain.
Adobe Firefly is the all-in-one creative studio with AI-powered image and video editing for today's creative process. Built for creators of every kind, Firefly helps you generate, edit, and experiment fast. Because the asks aren't getting smaller, the budgets aren't getting bigger, and the timelines, still tight. With all the best creative AI models in one place, Firefly brings your ideas to life. Unlock a better way to make with Adobe Firefly.
Hey, it's Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. Now, I was looking for fun ways to tell you that Mint's offer of unlimited premium wireless for $15 a month is back. So I thought it would be fun if we made $15 bills. But it turns out that's very illegal. So there goes my big idea for the commercial. Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3 months, $90 for 6 months, or $180 for 12-month plan required. $15 per month equivalent. Taxes and fees extra. Initial plan term only. Greater than 50 gigabytes may slow when network is busy. See terms.
So Wilkerson, and by the way, Kelly was also a peeping Tom. Wilkerson learned that on Children's Day...
That just means you're curious.
That's right, before reality television.
I'm very curious person. So yes, when I Airbnb like I was just doing in Los Angeles, I would look through their things. Mm-hmm. But I'm also a sort of personal, I believe, anthropologist. I hate the term peeping Tom.
I agree. I mean, you look through a window, everyone's just putting on their own little play for you. So he just really enjoyed that. He enjoyed the theatre.
So if you remember what I said earlier, the Reverend spent the night at the Ewing home, but it was discovered that he left at 5:19 a.m. to take a train back to where he lived. And during that trip, Wilkerson discovered that Kelly had a conversation with a couple of old ladies about the murders hours before the bodies were discovered.
What do you mean a conversation about
harassing these old women, talking to them about
hey, little minister, what are you up to?
Hey, you wouldn't believe I saw 8 different bodies all chopped up like a bruschetta salad with an axe the other day. Oh, it was the most horrible thing. The titties are covered in blood. Penises are covered in blood. I get so riled up about it.
I just loved your sermon.
Thank you.
All right.
He was also completely obsessed with the murders. We see this again and again, especially people with a guilty conscience.
Right.
Is that he wants to talk about it, he wants to say something, but he can't think of anything besides like, hey, did you hear about those murders?
That is a shame.
Did he do what a lot of killers do, where they go and they ask the cop, "Hey, cops, do you need any assistance? I'm around
he
these
did
parts."
not return. He did not go back. He was discovered that he had sent a bloody shirt to a laundry in Omaha, and Kelly was also said to have been obsessed with the coverage. He was arrested, and he confessed not once but twice. However, he did recant his story prior to trial. The first trial resulted in a hung jury, but on the second trial, the little minister was found not guilty and soon disappeared, never to be heard from again.
You are. Wow. I think you're just officially more innocent if you are under 5 foot.
I agree.
And that's just what he manipulated.
He was a minister. He was a tiny man. I guess he got the benefits of his title and his stature.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Wow, so he was just, and what did he do when he, no more stories of this minister?
We know that he went to the Midwest, stayed in the Midwest for a little bit. His last known whereabouts were right here in New York City.
And wasn't he working as like a sort of like a midterm financial officer for an axe company?
It quite possibly could be.
Whoa, little minister can make an axe.
That's fuck. I love axe murders.
Oh God, it's so great. And right now we're gonna get the
best one.
This is the best one. This is by far the best axe murder in the history of axe murders, at least here in the United States. She is a beautiful woman.
She looks good with teeth, and you can tell she'll look good without them too. She's got one of those faces. Of course, we're talking about Karla Faye Tucker.
Yeah, she is a looker.
Yeah.
For a murderer.
If she wouldn't have been such a heroin addicted prostitute, she would have been hot.
That's always the shame.
Yeah, instead she's merely pretty cute.
But
heroin cute.
Heroin cute.
Yeah. Chic. Heroin chic, my friend.
By the standards of people who would eventually be sentenced to death row, she is a 10. She's a Bo Derek 10.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
But what I like about this crime is that we're back in modern times.
Yes.
It's 1983. Huey Lewis is playing on the fucking airwaves, which is great. And maybe the songs kind of sound something like this. No, actually, it doesn't sound like
this.
This
isn't Huey Lewis in the news? I thought this was the news.
Nothing like that.
Nothing like that.
Unfortunately. So the date is June 13th, 1983. We're in Houston, Texas.
It's hot. It's the middle of the summer.
Oh, yeah. Houston in the summer is unbearable. Humid.
Cool.
Sweaty.
Sounds like a good place to do a bunch of heroin in a shitty-ass apartment.
Bring your gold bond.
Yes.
This would be a post-it note I would write to myself.
So Gregory Travers was waiting for his friend Jerry Dean to pick him up for work in his blue El Camino, as he did every morning.
So nothing Texas about any of this.
No, Jerry Dean with the blue El Camino, he's a regular socialite from the East Coast.
So Jerry's running late, and Gregory, who happened to live in the same apartment complex, went to go check on his work buddy, walked over to Jerry's ground floor apartment, found the El Camino gone, but had loud rock music blasting from his apartment.
Awesome. So nothing weird.
Figures that Jerry probably overslept. Back door was unlocked and just slightly open. Gregory pushed the door open a little further, yelled for Jerry. No answer.
I love
Jerry, come on now.
Come on.
Jerry, don't you be playing prairie dog with me.
Oh, come on. Come up from the ground now.
Come on now, Jerry.
I love the guys like hearing just nothing but loud metal music. must be sleeping. Gotta be asleep. Typical.
So as he moved inside, he noticed that the partially built Harley-Davidson motorcycle that ought to be in the middle of the living room.
No, it shouldn't. It ought to be outside or in the garage.
It was missing.
It's called a Texas coffee table.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know.
A half-finished motorcycle just sitting in the middle of that house.
So Jerry didn't like sleeping in the master bedroom. So Travers knew where he'd find his friend. He slept over in the spare
That's
bedroom.
like Eddie, who does it. Ed Larson of the Round Table Gentlemen will not sleep in his bed, only sleeps on his couch.
Yeah, it's weird.
He's got a bed.
A beautiful, very nice bed. But, you know.
So he walks into the spare bedroom, and inside he finds Dean half on the bed, half off, and completely naked. His head a bludgeoned mess. His torso was covered in black, blood-caked holes, and on the floor lay a girl with her back to the floor. A pickaxe had been driven into the middle of her chest so hard that it went completely through her body, and it stuck into the floor.
Yeah, that is I still feel
Jerry Maguire was brave.
I still feel like the number one thought in this dude's head is like, but now where is that Harley? Where is I see
this
a
is
pick.
just weird.
Weird.
It's all making sense, but where's the Harley?
Oh, yeah. Dean, sporting 28 separate holes all over his body, had also been hit with a hammer, and his neck had been hit so hard that he was almost decapitated.
Hell yeah.
And now this pickaxe that they
not to make fun of the victims.
No, we never make fun of the victims.
But rock and roll.
I mean, the guy liked metal, and he had a metal lifestyle, and he had a metal death. There's no doubt about that. The pickaxe that was used it had to weigh at least 25 pounds.
I mean,
this
it
is
was
legit.
big.
This is what construction workers used to dig up concrete, dig up roads.
I tell you,
and they used it to dig up this dude's entire flesh.
Absolutely. If you ran Karla Faye Tucker's blood, you're going to get some of that fucking Lance Armstrong HGH in there as well. Because you have to be very strong to do what she did.
She was juicing.
So the detectives, when they found out that the Harley frame and the El Camino were missing, they assumed that the motive was robbery, but the savagery of these crimes pointed towards it being more of a crime of passion or one of sheer fucking hatred.
Technically, if you're in Texas and you steal someone's El Camino, you can be charged with Texas treason.
Yeah,
because that is defying the motto of the state, which is to each man an El Camino and to each El Camino a man.
My first car was a fucking 83 El Camino.
That's right. And then you were also elected governor that year because whoever gets the Camino, El Camino, is also elected to political office.
Wheresoever goes the Camino, so goes the government.
Yeah. I like the idea of a defense attorney getting her off because she was abusing steroids. It don't count. Her record doesn't count. Treat her like Barry Bonds in baseball.
An asterisk on the number of victims.
Well, they thought that it was either someone who knew the people and hated them, or that it had just been the work of bikers who the Houston Police Department regarded little more than animals.
Sure.
And if you've ever read Hell's Angels by Hunter S. Thompson, you might fucking think a little bit the same. You've read it, right, Henry?
Oh, I've literally read it 6 times. Well, the problem with that generation of bikers, too, is that they discovered acid really hardcore. And they kept doing acid way past the hippie times. Like, basically, when they were started hanging out hippies, they got acid, and then acids made bikers really weird.
Yeah.
And highly unpredictable.
That's what happens with every single cool drug. It gets co-opted by very mean-spirited individuals who take it to another violent level.
And they're all doing angel dust. They're very.
Right.
These are not.
Yeah.
You know,
They were
don't
raping
have
a lot of
accountants. They're not doing their taxes.
No,
these guys.
this whole thing is very firmly rooted in biker culture.
I didn't realize that Houston had a large Hells Angels population, though.
I mean, they weren't really Hells Angels. They were just fucking bikers.
I see.
Like, they were bikers into the biker lifestyle.
Most large cities have a Hell's Angel chapter, at least.
I'd imagine
and
Houston
now
would
it's
definitely
mostly
have one.
weekend warriors now. No one's doing like hard.
I mean, the fucking Hells Angels chapter here in New York City is in the East Village.
They're on Second Avenue, and you see them outside, and they're very geriatric at this point. Their main guy had his trachea is removed, so he speaks with, hello, well, I'm going to kick your ass.
That's way cool, though.
It is kind of cool because he's half a machine, but it's also kind of not intimidating.
So it was quickly surmised that Dean had been hit with the hammer first, making him the main target in the murder. The woman with the pickaxe in her chest, just there at the wrong place at the wrong time. And the pickaxe belonging to Dean was a spur-of-the-moment impulse. The murderers didn't bring the pickaxe with them. They just saw the pickaxe and thought, Fuck yeah.
Never have an axe in your home.
Just don't have it in the house. Leave it stuck in a stump outside.
Yeah. And Dean could have been killed with just the hammer alone. Like, the hammer blows to the head, that already killed him. But the brutality of the pickaxe, that pointed towards the attacker having some sort of score to settle. And the perpetrator was most likely someone with a bit of a temper and possibly a drug habit.
Yeah, definitely
weird, though, to think about it having anything to do with drugs.
Yeah. Well, one thing we know, it's not a peaceful Buddhist that did this. I don't think it's a monk of any kind.
So let's get in a little bit to the victims. Jerry Lynn Dean, a little bit about him. Wannabe biker.
Obviously a wannabe because he couldn't get the goddamn thing put together in his freaking living room.
Yeah, he's like, I can take it apart, but I just can't seem to put it back together.
I don't even know why I took it apart.
I just wanted to get it in the living room because I thought it was bad ass. The problem is I can't ride it.
Right. Don't got no wheels. It's like everyone who wants to be a chef and they order Ginsu knives off of some bizarre television channel, Home Shopping Network or something.
Cut a can with that knife.
Ooh, look at that. Well, if you could eat a can, that would make that.
Oh, yeah, if you were a fucking goat, asshole.
Sure, that would work great.
So Jerry had been married to a woman named Sean Jackson. That marriage had gone off the rails because Dean discovered that Sean had been a quote-unquote roadie for a local band while they toured, and she had a fair amount of experience as a prostitute.
Yo, yeah, it was with a guy's name, like, Raised by Wolves, and everybody had a rat tail. I could see Sean Jackson, like, in my mind's eye.
Yeah.
She's 85 pounds, huge blonde hair, like Halfsies, Def Leppard, like,
deflated
shirt where you
titties.
Yeah, yeah. That's Sean Jackson.
Yeah, Sean. I mean, it should be Shauna. It should definitely be Shauna. I went to high school with the Shauna. I could see.
She's got like a treble clef tattooed on her belly button.
It's all wrinkly and odd now. Looks like a strange musical note. Jerry Dean is an asshole.
Jerry Dean?
He's too good for this girl because she used to be a roadie and blew a couple of, musicians who didn't go anywhere with their careers.
You have any idea how many people are trying to get into the music business?
It's crazy hard, and you have a not finished motorcycle in your goddamn living room.
As far as the other victim went, Debbie Thornton, she was the 32-year-old bookkeeper, married with a son and a stepdaughter. Strangely enough, she was not the only murder victim in her family. Her father was a rich homosexual with a penchant for young boys who had been killed by a quartet of kids he had seduced.
It's sort of like the opposite of the Catwoman's origin story. You know what I mean? Where instead of them all bringing him to life, they all murder him. Because then he could have been Boy Man.
Yeah, and Boy Man's like really kind of creepy and weird, and like when he lurks in the shadows, it's not like as cool.
Hi.
Yeah.
You won't play jumping jacks. You won't play hopscotch.
I'll just get robbed. You don't even have to defend me. I don't want to be. I'm fine. Thank you.
It's the Twink Avenger.
Boy Man with the Twink Avenger needs to be a comic book.
So anyway, how these two got together is that Debbie had met Dean at a swimming pool party at her apartment complex the day before the murders, left her kids in the care of a neighbor, and eventually just ended up in the wrong place, wrong time. You guys ever been to a swimming pool party in an apartment complex?
No, but it sounds really gross for Houston, Texas in 1983 to go to a swimming pool. Just the hair alone that must be clogged in those drains.
Swimming pool parties in my head are literally, it's 4 dudes, 1 girl.
Right.
There is like maybe 2 cans of Keystone Light for everyone to share.
Yeah.
And we're listening to a lot of Allman Brothers.
Oh, yeah.
And that the girl, it's
makes pool party.
Yeah, exactly. She's in her bra in the pool, and it's just a bunch of dudes staring at her.
That's it. And then eventually they get into a fight over her
and
love.
That's Debbie was.
Yeah.
And fucking, she just so happened to choose her knight in shining armor, Jerry Dean.
Yeah.
Wow.
Going deeper into the life of Jerry Dean, detectives James Ladd and Carolyn Newman, they uncovered a volatile relationship between Dean and a heroin user and part-time prostitute, a one Miss Karla Faye Tucker.
Miss Faye Tucker.
She could have been, if she had met like Gerald Ford, she could have been the first wife.
You never know.
You
never know.
So Karla, a little bit about her. She was 23. She was born in 1960 to a woman named Carolyn Tucker. And when Carolyn's 2 daughters were old enough to smoke
which
weed,
means 4 years old.
4 years old, she shared joints with them. Karla's first experience with heroin came at the age of 10 when a biker doped her up so he could fuck her. She, fortunately, though, got sick, and the biker left her alone.
Yeah, because as soon as he heard throwing up, he's going to be throwing up. And he's
I can't deal with
so
that.
sensitive. It's hard to be a biker. You're always lonely on the road. I travel a lot. I know. It's hard.
Well, Karla was described as tough, unforgiving of slights, hot-headed, and capable of cold and unrelenting hatred.
So you'd put that right at the top of your Tinder account, right?
Oh,
That's what
definitely.
you'd say.
Swipe right. Absolutely.
So after Karla's mother died, she moved in with her sister Carrie and a guy named Danny Garrett, and they were soon joined by these guys, Jimmy LeBrant and Ronnie Burrell.
They all so much Texas dirtbag.
So much.
Yep. There's Carrie and Karla Tucker, then there's Danny Garrett, then Jimmy LeBrant, and then Ronnie Burrell.
It's like Ronnie Burrell. Again, it's just like no sleeve shirts. Got like a shirt that says "Party Naked" on it. He's just doing like curls with a 20-pound barbell, like in his driveway in front of his Camaro.
But not doing them right, just going up like halfway and then getting a little bit winded. And I guarantee you one of the house jokes was when every time someone took a drink out of a spit cup and they would just laugh and laugh. And hey, Coca-Cola, that's chew tobacco. Oh, that's good.
They all lived on a house in McKean Street in Houston. House is all about drugs, sex, and the biker life.
Hell yeah.
As far as the conflicts between...
Give me one of these.
Yeah, let's get a lick in there. The biker
about
life.
drugs, sex, and the biker life.
Rock and roll. That's what I'm going to start doing, man. Tight T-shirts, girls with no teeth.
Good idea, Henry. That's going to be perfect for you.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be wonderful. So, there have been a lot of conflicts between Jerry Dean and Karla Faye Tucker, who had met in 1981. This had been a 2-year contentious relationship. Carly considered Jerry to be a fucking poser whose only connection to the biker life was that the fact that he owned a bike.
Wow.
Didn't wear tight T-shirts and jeans.
Man.
Couldn't handle his fucking booze and drugs as well as the crew at McKean Street could. Karla said that he was, quote, a pussy of a man.
And he was also mean to Shauna.
He was.
Yeah,
he was mean to Shauna.
He was
mean to Shauna.
Shauna.
Shauna was Karla's best friend.
Well, Jimmy is he's not a nice guy.
He's
this
not.
Dude. He's a poser.
And Karla fucking stood up to him. She once punched him in the face so hard that his glasses shattered, sending him to the hospital to have small shards of glass removed from his eye.
Oh, my glasses. Oh, the small shards of glass in my eye. What a crybaby.
She also burned a picture of his mother on a whim.
He burned a picture of her mother.
Oh, this guy's got to go down. I have no sympathy for this poser.
Absolutely. Again, Karla could have married that girl if it wasn't for the rage and the heroin.
I mean, when you start heroin before you hit puberty, that's not that good.
Yeah,
in order to be raped by a biker, you're just not going to have many fun stories.
No.
So the murder of Jerry Dean and his female companion
who was cheating on her husband and being a bad mother.
Hey, ain't no such thing as a wedding ring in the South.
Yeah.
Not in Houston. Not in the summertime. So the murder went unsolved for a month and 5 days before a detective named J.C. Mosier, who wasn't even assigned to the case, got a call from the ex-husband of one of his high school friends.
I can definitely see. So he got a call from, it was Douglas Garrett, the boyfriend of Karla Faye's sister, Carrie, and the brother of Karla Faye's boyfriend. A bit incestuous.
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel like when you give somebody a ring in the South, it just means you gave them a venereal disease.
Yeah.
Like, I gave her the ring.
But I also feel like Douglas Willis just sat there and he was just sucking on a Lone Star and was like, well, guess I better call police. It was just like nothing spurred it. He just sat there like watching fucking like Johnny Carson reruns.
Got to.
So Garrett said that Karla and his brother Danny had done nothing but brag and talk about the murders for the last month. Karla couldn't stop talking about how she came during the killing, how she had orgasms during the killing. She said, Doug, I came with every stroke.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
Oh my goodness. I mean, how do you even do that? How do you come while you stab somebody? Are your thighs rubbing together?
They're having a great time. It's all about how, I've heard tell of women say that they make themselves orgasm just by thinking about the things that they got to get the juices going.
Go to LP on the left. It's on at LP on the left, and lady fans, let us know if that's a possibility.
On Twitter, if you've murdered someone with an axe and you had an orgasm during it.
Let us know. Let us know if you've done it, and let us know if you had an orgasm while you did it.
She told her sister Carrie that she, quote, got a nut every time she picked Jerry.
She got a nut?
I got a nut.
I got a nut.
Oh, this woman needs different. She needs different influences. She needs a strong female influence.
Absolutely. She needs like a Sally Field.
She does.
1 second, you're cleaning the gutters. The next, the fire alarm's blaring. Smoke billows out the window. In 1 second, everything can change. That's why ADT offers DIY security systems that let you monitor everything from the ADT Plus app. Their technology helps first responders find you in an emergency. So tackle your to-do list. Your home's protected. When every second counts, count on ADT. Visit ADT.com to learn more.
Still waiting in line? Again? That's time you'll never get back. Save time and money with Stamps.com. Over 4 million businesses have skipped the line with Stamps.com. Join them to save up to 90% off carrier rates from your computer or phone right now. Print postage for certified mail, registered mail, and packages in seconds. Then schedule a pickup right from your home or office. For a limited time, go to Stamps.com and use code PODCAST for a free welcome gift. Taxes and fees apply.
Hi, Ryan Reynolds here for Mint Mobile. Are you looking for a beach read this summer? May I suggest your big wireless bill? It's got suspense, mystery, a slightly flat, emotional arc, and a shocking twist where you realize you've been overpaying the entire time. Fortunately, though, Mint's story is better. Every plan, $15 a month. Even unlimited. That's it. Happy ending. Zero tears. Give it a try at mintmobile.com/save.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3 months, $90 for 6 months, or $180 for 12-month plan required. $15 per month equivalent. Taxes and fees extra. Initial plan term only. Greater than 50 gigabytes may slow when network is busy. See terms.
Well, Doug, he was fine just hearing about the murders, but Karla and Danny had started talking about killing people who knew about the murders, namely Jimmy LeBrant and Carrie's husband, Ronnie Burrell.
That's kind of like when I told that story about when I had the guys, the roommates next to me, the gutter punks next to me, who were talking about how, like, we got to kill your roommates.
Yes.
That was like... Don't do it.
Yeah.
So that is terrible. Yeah, that was a great story. They were on a bunch of Adderall and drugs. And shit.
Yeah.
That's a couple of episodes in. It's a wonderful story. Go listen to it. So that's a terrifying thing if you're talking to somebody who is telling you about the crime that they committed, and then they're also telling you that they're going to murder everyone that they told about the crime.
You just told me about the crime.
So I'm now. So I have to go.
Don't tell me about the crime anymore.
You can just stop talking about it.
Also, it just sounds like he called the police because they were getting annoying, because he was just hearing the same story.
They just been doing month and jabbering on about this shit for a month straight.
So you know that once the story about how you murdered 2 people gets boring, that's time to stop talking about it.
So Mosier, he told Doug that at the moment, the confessions they have could only be treated as hearsay.
Yeah, especially because a rambling Texas dude just called him on the phone, told him that he's sick to death of hearing his fucking girlfriend and his brother talking about fucking how they murdered someone with an axe while everyone was on meth.
And they also... Can you not breathe so long? Can you breathe in before you start talking?
Let me put my boots on.
They all sound like Boomhauer from King of the Hill. You're just like, I don't fully understand what you're saying, but I think you committed a double murder. Is that right?
Goddamn day. So Mosier, he said that he needed Doug to wear a wire. Not only did they need the two to confess to the murders, but they also, for some reason, really harped on getting Karla to say that she had orgasms during the murders. They really wanted her to say it on tape.
It's because they're all like giggling, like, wait, this next part where it gets dirty.
She fucking busted a nut when she was fucking killing her.
Yeah.
It plays well into the narrative, and we'll get into it, but I think they did give her a bit of a Charles Manson treatment.
Just a little bit. And if Doug thought that he was in trouble, his safe word was Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ was his safe word. Well, Jesus ain't gonna save you now, buddy.
So just before 5 a.m, Doug walked into the house at McKeon Street to find everyone inside awake and drinking.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah, because bedtime, I mean, when you're living that life, bedtime's 8 a.m.
Yeah.
And you wake up at like 6 p.m.
Yeah, and you have a great time.
Yeah.
It sounds great.
Yeah.
It's not.
No, I mean, you get a lot of puzzles done.
Oh, that's what they were working on 3D puzzles.
And I'm sure they were organizing some sort of toy drive for kids.
Of course.
That's the thing. When I'm on meth, the first thing I do is charity work.
Then all these kids are like, "Oh, are needles technically toys now? Just take the toy.
Just take the toy.
Take the toy."
So inside the house was Jimmy LeBrant's sister Marla, Ronnie Burrell, and a woman that Doug knew only as Cookie.
And that's because she had a cookie on her shirt.
Yes, of course.
And so Doug was told Karla and Danny were in the bedroom. So after a few minutes of small talk, Doug said to his brother, I've been wondering, did y'all go over there with a mind to kill them people? And so Danny replied,
It was a freak thing. It happened. How do you say? We freaked out.
Yep. And when asked how and why it happened, Karla said,
we were very wired and we was looking for something to do. We went there to case the place and something said go.
It was a lot creepier than that. Like, something said go.
Something says go.
Something said go.
So we went in there, just stabbed him 26
Now you just sounded like girls I fucking went to high school with.
That's
who she was.
She really was someone that you probably could have gone to high school with.
And Shauna did disappear like a few months into senior year. No one knows what happened.
And who was that retarded girl you guys all had times with?
Amanda.
Mentally disabled, Henry. That's what you're supposed to call Texans. Come on, leave him alone.
And about the pickaxe, Karla said between popping pills, she just said, it was there. It was there.
I mean, and again, that's on Dean. That's his own fault.
Yeah, so Doug Garrett, he left the house at about 6, rode away on his Harley. Few minutes, Ronnie Burrell looked out the window and said, it's the fucking law!
The law!
Oh, yeah! The law's here because you broke it.
Everyone in the house was taken in questions, but no confessions were to be had that day. Joseph Magliolo, local DA, he had this to say about Tucker.
Her attitude and the way she looked and everything about her was a personification of evil.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty fucking,
The personification of evil.
And while they did have the confession from The Wire, they needed a confession, to make the case airtight, they needed a confession that was written and signed.
Everybody with these fucking confessions.
Yeah, man, do some detective work.
Yep. Surprisingly, though, Karla would be the one to talk as to why she confessed. She said, I wanted to tell the truth. I wanted the real story to be told. I had to do something about how sick-minded we must have been to think about something like this.
And she just also got off on it, too.
It's difficult to commit a double murder with a chick because they're always going to want the attention for it. Guys are just like, we can stay mum.
Post it to Facebook. Post it to Instagram.
What filter should I use on this corpse that I just stabbed 26 times with a pickaxe?
Babe, can we just have a memory that's our memory?
Dude, it's like you don't even want me anymore.
So part of the motivation for the murder had been the rumor that Jerry had put out a $300 contract to anyone who was successful in burning Karla's face off.
Burning her face off?
Yeah, $300 for burning her face off.
Should have paid $300 to get that goddamn Harley put together.
It just sounds like it's also like an improv suggestion. It's just be like, I'll give anybody how much $300 to
burn her face off.
Burn her damn face off. I heard your suggestion. Thank you. Nick, can I get a season?
Fall.
All right. I hate that season.
So in retaliation, Karla, Jimmy, and Danny decided, super fucked up on meth and tequila, that the thing to do would be to go and steal Dean's Harley parts and sell them. So Karla,
so white trash.
We're gonna go steal his. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna go steal his fucking motorcycle part.
Oh,
that fucking poser ain't gonna fucking do that thing no ways. So we're gonna go steal him. We're gonna show that motherfucker who's boss.
He want to burn this face off that I'm slowly burning from the inside with crystal methamphetamine. I'm gonna go steal his car part. I'm gonna steal his motorcycle part, and I'm gonna sell him.
So Karla, having kept them from a time that Dean had left him at her house, had a set of Jerry's keys to both his apartment and his El Camino. The original goal was just simple theft. Danny, he brought a shotgun along, but left it in the truck. Instead, he grabbed a hammer on the way in.
See, that's just straight up stupid.
Yeah.
That's stupid. Because a shotgun is going to help you a lot more in a robbery than a hammer.
Yeah. But a shotgun makes a loud noise, and the hammer, relatively quiet when it comes in contact with a human skull.
But don't you feel like you need to be pretty competent at swinging a hammer in an attack formation?
I think you just got to swing it a bunch of times and hope you get lucky.
That's true.
So as they walked inside, they heard Dean from the other room shouted, "What's going on?" And then Danny moved to the spare doorway of the room. Karla said, "I was right behind him. The light was out and the window was on the far wall, and there was a little crack in the curtains and a little bit of light coming in, and I could see the silhouette of a body that sat up. I couldn't see detail, faces or Jerry's clothes, anything like that, but I could see the outline of everything like a shadow on the wall. And I walked past Danny and went and sat on top of Jerry. Karla, he said, we can work it out. Moving your dead, motherfucker!
Okay, never mind.
And then Jerry threw Karla off and stood up. Karla looked and saw Danny's silhouette as the hammer came crashing down on Dean's fucking head. Dean fell to the floor, started gurgling, and Tucker said,
I kept hearing that sound. All I wanted to do was stop him from making that noise. So I looked, and I seen a pickaxe against the wall. I reached over, and I grabbed it, and I swung it and hit him in the back with it 4 or 5 times.
Oh, man.
And LeBrant, who was along with them, the only one who didn't participate in the murders, walked in the room to find...
What in Sam help?
Never mind.
Yep, he found Karla with one foot on Dean, trying to remove the pickaxe from his back, said that she was wriggling it. She wrenched it free, lifted over her head, looked over at Jimmy, smiled, and hit the fucker again.
God damn, how far do you have to stab a pickaxe into a dude's back so you can't actually pull it out with a relative ease?
All the way through.
Yeah. All the way
That's
through.
all. You know, you just got to make them a little hors d'oeuvre.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Skewer him a little bit with it.
So Jimmy, obviously shaken, he left the room to call Ronnie Burrell to come pick him up. He said, I burned off because I didn't buy in for that. That's not what it's supposed to be. I hadn't gone for that. That's not my way. So meanwhile, Danny was loading the motorcycle parts into his Ford Ranchero.
God damn. Doesn't anybody have a Honda? Doesn't anybody have a Nissan?
What is happening?
Then at one point, for reasons unknown, he returned to the room, took the pickaxe from Karla, and drove it into Dean's chest, and returned to his looting shortly thereafter. And it's at this time that Tucker finally noticed that there was another person in the room with her.
What? This whole time?
This whole time.
And
she didn't know
how
the
does
woman
this
was in the
woman
room.
wake up during this entire
She
experience?
just sat there pretending to be like they can't see me.
Right.
Well, this is stupid that they can't see me, so I'm just going to keep lying here.
Yeah. She said that the woman's head was under a pillow, and she noticed that her body was shaking under the covers.
She was scared.
Yeah, and reacting just almost instinctively, Karla just fucking swung at the body. And when the axe embedded in her shoulder, the woman started to attack Karla. Hearing the commotion, Garrett came back to the room, pulled the two apart, and then just fucking left again. And the victim just sat in the corner crying, it hurts. If you're going to kill me, just fucking hurry up. Danny came back, kicked the woman in the head as he removed the pickaxe. She was knocked flat on her back, and Danny plunged the pickaxe into the woman's chest with such force that it went clean through her fucking body and into the floor.
Yeah, right. Collecting butterflies.
I don't know what that means.
It's like pinning butterflies to a board.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah,
but it's a woman.
And a pickaxe, not a little pin.
It's more grisly.
Yes. Yeah. Because if you do that with butterflies, you're a scientist and you're well respected.
Mm-hmm. So the two grabbed the motorcycle frame finally and left. A little over a month later, the two would be arrested, tried, and convicted of murder. And being Texas, the death penalty was on the table as a sentence.
Immediately.
And mandatory. They didn't even have to pretend like they weren't going to get the death sentence.
Exactly. So both Karla and Danny were sentenced to death by lethal injection, although Danny died of liver disease in prison before he could be killed by the state. Karla would be the first woman in 135 years to be executed in the state of Texas since Chipita Rodriguez in 1863 was hanged for murdering a horse trader.
Now, I really find this is really interesting. The controversy that came of executing her was, number one, because she was a woman, but also because she became a massive born-again Christian.
She became the face. I remember this when I was growing up. She became the face of the evangelical movement. And one area where evangelicals, they can be relatively sympathetic and almost liberal is when it comes to the death penalty.
Yeah.
That's why they're pro-life, because they believe it's a little person inside of there.
Yeah, and she found God, and she took up aerobics and crocheting.
And that is true. She did take up aerobics and crocheting.
Yeah, and she took the major leadership role on death row for Jesus Christ. She was the major minister there.
Yeah, well, she even went so far as to marry her minister while on death row, a man named Dana Brown.
Which there should be a law against that.
Marrying ministers?
In prison when you're on death row?
Anyone can get married on death row.
Anybody can do whatever you want. It's just how you swing it, bro.
So, Karla Faye Tucker, yes, she was the face of the the anti-death penalty movement. She had supporters that included Bianca Jagger, the ex-husband of Mick Jagger.
Ex-wife.
Or ex-wife, yeah. The Reverend Pat Robertson and Pope John Paul II.
Right.
But it was all for naught, as in 1997, her last appeal was rejected. Her fate was laid in the hands of the Texas Board of Pardons and Paroles, meaning the final decision was made by the governor of Texas at the time, George W. Bush.
And
no, George W. Bush would never murder nobody.
There's a problem also back in Texas. I mean, like, the governor would get his own executioner's hood. And it had the Lone Star flag on it, and he would do it all himself.
No, W. You can't murder her with a pickaxe. Now, why can't I just kill her with a pickaxe the way she killed that woman?
If someone wants to make me an executioner's hood out of the Texas flag,
that's great. No,
I
absolutely,
would be
make
eternally
it.
grateful.
Please help him be even more isolated from society.
It's a great idea. Help Marcus make himself less wanted by everybody in society. That's ideal for all of us.
That's how I like it.
W. Bush, this was a lot of pressure on this guy because he was an evangelical himself.
Yes, he was.
And he was, again, with Pat Robertson, Reverend Billy Graham also came in defense of this woman solely because she was white and solely because they loved her hairstyle and they all kind of wanted to have sex with her.
Yeah. Also, and then I fucking hate this press conference bullshit that he did, where basically when they announced that he denied the 30-day reprieve of Karla, he had said, sought guidance through prayer and concluded that judgments about the heart and soul of an individual on death row are best left to a higher authority. May God bless Karla Faye Tucker and God bless her victims and their families. Except you made the judgment to kill her.
Well, they made the. I actually am with W on this one. It would have been hypocritical for him to let her off. Everybody else dies in Texas, and honestly, Karla Faye Tucker, she thought she was going to go meet Jesus, so I think she had a really good day.
Yeah.
Until she realized that, that's not real.
All these people are pretty stupid.
Yeah, she was totally, she was okay with it. But yeah, I read an article that made a very good point about it. It's like, if the name was Carl Tucker, no one would have given
No one would have cared. A little bit more pigment in her skin, she would have been dead long before these 14 years.
Oh, yeah.
And moments after George W. Bush made his announcement, Karla Faye Tucker was on a hospital gurney awaiting lethal injection. She closed her eyes, licked her lips, coughed twice, groaned softly.
Did she come?
Not then, not anymore.
No, Ben, she didn't come. Or at least it didn't say whether she... I don't know, Ben, do you think they fucking put two fingers up inside her dead pussy to check afterwards?
I don't know. I don't know what they do. I don't know.
She groaned softly as the drugs coursed through her veins, and she died at 6:45 p.m. Her last words were, I hope God will give you peace with this. Everybody has been so good to me. I love all you all very much. I'm going to be with Jesus now. I'll see you all when you get there. I'll wait for you.
You telling me all I got to do is live an amazing life, and then when I die, I get to meet Karla Faye Tucker? Wow, that woman who murdered those two people with a pickaxe? Yes, I'll never have sex with a woman outside of marriage. If I get to meet Karla Faye Tucker...
She's Dulger, my favorite ex-murderer I've met.
Wow.
Wow.
So she's
not going to heaven. None of that's real.
No, she's just in the ground right now.
Well, I guess it's just really sad, in the end, if you end your life being executed by the state of Texas, it probably means you started your life by murdering someone with an axe.
And what is that? It's rock and roll.
So fucking rock and roll.
Wow.
Thank you again. We did it. So that concludes this episode of Axe Murders.
2-parters on Axe Murders. I feel like we could do another 2 in the future.
I mean, there are definitely some stories that I didn't get to, but I'm sure we could definitely do some more. Yeah, I didn't even get through this entire book. Just Karla Faye Tucker was the furthest that I got. Had enough for 2 episodes, so we might do a 3rd in the future.
That's perfect. All right, find us on Twitter at LP on the left, and I'm going to give a hail yourselves. Thank you guys so much for listening.
Hail Satan. Thank you, Satan, for the gifts that you bring, the strength that you give me. Thank you for making me rock hard and clever quick, and making sure I find good deals on furniture for my house. And thank you, Satan, for... I had a really very good batch of Thai food last night. So thank you, Satan.
Yeah, it seems Satan's failing you. Right. Okay, right now. Okay.
Help me.
Okay, that's fine.
Hail me.
That's right. Support all the CCR shows, and we'll do a Magustalations.
Yeah, rate and review on iTunes. Go to cavecomedyradio.com/Last Podcast on the Left to get your Last Podcast on the Left t-shirt. And yes, Magustalations to you all.
All right. Oh, do a Hail Geen.
Oh, Hail Geen.
I think he did,
Did he do one?
Hey, Karla, I'm coming to see you, Karla.
Oh, Henry, don't do it, Henry, don't do it.
For more shows like the one you just listened to, go to cavecomedyradio.com.
There's a pill version of Ozempic.
Hello, I'm Ozempic.
And I'm other GLP-1s kind of like him. Hey, did I hear there's a pill version of Ozempic?
Yep, you sure did. Ask your doctor about which FDA-approved uses of the Ozempic pen or pill may be right for you. Call 1-833-OZEMPIC or visit Ozempic.com to view the medication guide and learn more about Ozempic semaglutide tablets 9 milligrams and Ozempic semaglutide injection 2 milligrams.
There's a pill version of Ozempic.